Okay, so we are doing the mind map on the American Revolution. The first thing I've done is I've split the topic into 5 sections, and I've also done my highlighting, and I've clearly marked out the headings. So the first mind map we are going to do is of the American Revolution itself. So when we start off, we're going to start off with a central word or a central image, and here we have the central topic itself, which we know is the American Revolution, and I put it in a bubble like so. So then I start off at 1 o'clock, so if you think that you're following this clockwise, and we know number 1 is the causes. And the first thing was the removal of the French. That was the first cause. The second cause was the Navigation Acts. The third cause is the Quartering Acts. The fourth is the Stamp Duty Act, and that was 1765. Number 5, the protest begins. Number 6, we have the Townsend Act. Number 7, so we just swish the line out, very easy, Boston Massacre. And we know as a result of the Boston Massacre came the Tea Party, what became known as the Tea Party. And number 8, the Intolerable Acts. And you can see my line is a bit short, so I just swish that in. So that's the first part done, very quickly, very easy. And now we're on to the second heading. And we know the second heading, and I just slightly turn the page around. We know the second heading then is the road to war. So the road to war. And again, we just swish out the branch. The first one is the First Continental Congress, and I like to use abbreviations where possible. The second road to war, we know, was the first shots were fired in Lexington and Concord. And you see the way I split that branch, very easy. Then we had the Second Continental Congress. And of course, this led to the rise and the appointment of George Washington as Commander-in-Chief. So now we've got that section done, very quickly, very easy. And now we are starting to look at this space here. So I start to turn my page around, like so. And we know that the third heading is Revolution. And I pull the line back towards me like that. So we've got a series of dates here. So we know in the 19th of June 1775 we had Bunker Hill. So now we're talking about the chronology in which the timeline of how this all came together. March 1776, Boston. Then we had the year, or September of 1776, New York. Then we had the year of 1777, and that was Philadelphia, and they lost that. Then we had, that's number 4. The fifth order of things was October 1777, Saratoga. Then we had the French support. That's when things started to change. Now here's where the issue happens. Do I keep going down this way, or do I start to bring in this side? And I can kind of swish the line back like this. Number 7, we'd Valley Forge. Then I just pull the line back like that. 8, we have this French alliance. And then again you can see how I switched the line back, and we know that the final battle was in Yorktown. Again, very swift, very quickly, very easy to put together. So now I'm looking at my next heading, which is the new nation of the USA. So this is the fourth heading, and this all happened at the Treaty of Versailles, where things were agreed and marked off, and that was in Paris in 1783. The United States was the first democratic republic. They wrote the Constitution, first country to write down rules. They put a federal government in charge, and we know that George Washington became the first president. So again, look how quickly we got that done. Now we're up to the last heading, and the last heading is the consequences. And again, I'll go over here like this. So the consequences of the American Revolution. This is the fifth heading. Well, the US inspired others, namely the Irish. Number 2, they wrote down the rules. So the first country to actually write down the rules, and of course that was in the Constitution. We can just put that in on top. Number 3, first country to be a democracy. And number 4, the French had taken on a lot of debt as a result of helping. And again, very quickly, very easy, we could put all that together. And again, now I'm not good at drawing, so I just put together a couple of quick headings, so we know that the consequences, maybe for that one we could, draw an arrow or something like that. We know that the new nation of the United States, so very quickly maybe we draw a little flag. I can't put in all the stars, but we can put something together. Quite fast. Again, quick and easy to put together. Revolution. Well, the international sign of revolution is a fist. And that's my effort of a fist. Over here, where would we got the road to war? So when I think of war, I kind of think of tanks. And I think of the army. So there's my effort of a tank. And maybe the last one over here, we've got the Boston Tea Party, and I can draw my effort of a teapot. Very crude, but you get the idea. So again, very quickly, very easy, we put all that together, and now we have a nice mind map on the American Revolution.